Good morning. So I'm doing the Gwent Ridgeway today, part 2. There will be a video for part 1, but we're starting with part 2. This walk starts in Pontypool and it joins the most southerly part of the Brecon Beacons, and it takes a quiet ridgeline up here. I'm using two OS maps because it's split onto two here, up towards Blaenavon. Okay, and the ridge ends here at the start of Blaenavon, and then you get up onto the Blorange, which is a separate mountain. So I'm doing the walk in different phases today. The walk starts in phase 1, which is Pontypool Park. Phase 2 is the Grotto above Pontypool Park. Phase 3 is Folly Tower. Phase 4 is Little Mountain. Phase 5 is Mynydd Garn-Wen, which is a trig point on the ridge. That's the higher part of the ridge there, which is really good views. Phase 6 is this unmarked cairn at 436, and then we go on to this moorland which is called Mynydd, well, I can't quite pronounce that one, Garnclochdy or something like that. And phase 7 is the highest point there at 448 on the moor. And then what I'm going to do is drop down into either Blaenavon or Gwynavon, which is there, and walk down to Abersucken where I'm going to get picked up. See you in a bit. Okay, so phase 1, Pontypool Park, and we've only come up about 15 minutes. There's great views of Mynydd and the Torfaen Hills. Lots of forest around Pontypool, and the Blue Lagoon, which is quite famous. Some beautiful places actually, which you might not expect. It's the Folly Tower there in the distance, and it's this way up to Grotto. So weather's looking good. Dried out, a bit of rain this morning, it's now settled. It's looking good. So I'm going to go up to the next point and see you in a bit. Okay, phase 2, Shell Grotto. So this is the, it's kind of like a folly type thing. Looks like a witch's house, which is a local sort of attraction point. And quite nice views already, over into Monmouthshire. The walk goes on the border between Torfaen and Monmouthshire. Views of the Severn Estuary, and slightly less attractive views into Cwmbran and Newport. But this border here marks the edge of the Brecon Beacons. So this is the very southern tip of the Brecon Beacons that we're now walking in, and up onto the hills. Less dramatic than Blaenavon or anywhere, but we are officially now in the national park. So we're going to get onto the path that goes to the Folly Tower, and that's going to be our next stop. So one of Maggie's favourite spots, the Folly Tower. Seems like there's lots of interesting smells around here. There it is. I think it's actually a war memorial. It offers great views of the Severn Estuary and brilliant views there of Mynydd. That's Cwmna Soy there, which is a part of Pontypool, and it's a fairly decent little hike up onto there, and I'm going to be doing that as a video, the Gwent Ridgeway. That's really such a cool place, and the view from that trig point is amazing. You see over the whole of Brecon Beacons and the Torfaen Hills. So we're going up here towards Little Mountain, which I think is that one, and then Mynydd Garn-Wen, which is up there on that ridgeway somewhere along there. So this is phase 3, Folly Tower. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so phase 4, Little Mountain, and this lies just above Pontypool. Great views of the Folly there and the Severn Estuary. One of mine. That's Pontypool down there. Wind's picking up a lot now as we're getting a bit higher, and that's it in the distance. That's Mynydd Garn-Wen, and that's where we're heading to next. See you in a bit. Okay, phase 5, we're at the top of Mynydd Garn-Wen. That's the trick point. Views over to the and Blaenavon. Great view of the ridge line in the opposite direction. Mynydd Garn-Wen. And the nice sea views. And down here, this is our little lunch spot, which I quite like to go in the little rocky bit now. So we're going to sit here and chill for 5 and then carry on. Really enjoying it, not seen anyone so far, and really nice sunny weather and good views. Phase 6, and this is the unnamed cairn, I should say, at 436 metres. You can see the skirrid just poking out there, and over towards Blorenge and Blaenavon. So we're going to go up here and to our next point. So wind's really picked up on this ridge. It's surprisingly cold for me, actually. I've got a decent few layers on now, and yeah, it's got a real bite to the air. So we're moving on. We're moving on now to like this area here is like a moorland. Sorry, it's like a moorland. So it becomes more remote, and the paths become less obvious. So should be more interesting, I think. And a nice view there down into the Brecon Beacons. Okay, phase 7. This is the top of Mynydd Garnclochdy. Can't pronounce that one. I think that's one of the hardest ones for a while. And great view there into Abergavenny and the start of the Black Mountains, Hatterall Ridge, skirrid there, and Sugarloaf. It's really nice here. It's really kind of strange, sort of remote landscape. It's really cool. It's nice to do one where it's really quiet. You just can't. I haven't seen a single person. It's really nice, refreshing, and the old view of the Malvern Hills as well, over in Worcestershire, Herefordshire. There we are. So going to now think about going up a bit further onto the moor, and then thinking about a way down. There's Maggie enjoying the long grass. We're going through this remote moorland now, and it's a kind of weird place. There's no one around. I do note a farm building over there. I'm trying to help myself navigate over towards the road that goes up to the Fox Hunters car park at the Blorenge. It's a nice view now of Mynydd. I can zoom in there. Nice view of Mynydd. So we're heading roughly in this direction. That's the Blorenge there, and over towards the pylon. So see you in a bit. So some cool views here of the moorland. far taking the distance there, which is where all the old mining industrial landscape is, and that goes up to the mountains from there. So yeah, taking this way down, and it's been a fantastic walk. Really enjoyed it. I've not seen a single person, and it's not a popular one. It's the most southerly ridge line in the Brecon Beacons, and I well recommend it if you want a quiet day out and changing scenery as well. Very sort of what's the word? Diverse. That's the word. Diverse scenery. So it's really good. Right. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'll see you next time.